absolute waste of machine. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's easy. Oh, that's come apart underneath the floor. Blimey, what the hell is that going in? Oh no. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm just on my way to the block hole feed that I was struggling with last time. It was the one pipe heating system, the iron system, where it was blocked from the header tank all the way down into the boiler room. I bought a gallows gun to try and unblock it. All this does is send high pressured air down the feed. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. I have seen people use these before to unblock pipes. I've seen the reviews on Amazon. They're ideal for condensed pipes and stuff like that. But whether, I think this is just going to be solid on this one, but we can only ever try our best. So yeah, we'll go there, try that. It may be that we end up backfilling the system, but anyway, we can only try and fail sometimes. Do what we can for the customer, and then later we've got a wet room and stuff to rip out. But yeah, we'll go and get this one done for a start, and then we'll see how we go. See if I can get a proper seal on the cold feed. I think it's going to clear it, Pat. Yeah, I think we're fighting a losing battle there, mate. I'm going to take this tape off the vent anyway, because that shouldn't be on there, and we'll have to backfill it, and then we'll have to come up with a plan B.
What you made, just customise on the overflow. Make sure the overflow's all intact there in case you want to find it.
Yeah, it's 1.25 inches going straight out the wall in galv, Pat. So it's all clipped and supported. There's a little bit like blocked on the, full of crud on the outlet here. We'll just go steady when we backfill it. Actually, the overflow is fairly blocked, mate. I don't want to get much in the tank, but it'll probably be all right. It's all like rotting off. I think, yeah, it's had a new tank because the old one's over there, isn't it? Yeah. It'll probably be all right. It'll probably just wash it out if it does overflow, but we'll just.
It might be good to let it overflow. Fill it out anyway.
It's got big chunks in it. Right. Yeah, I'll take this tape off and we'll just backfill it, Pat, I think. So we're just backfilling the system now. There is quite a few radiators to bleed. We've just got a hose on the boiler. And then we're just going to have to look at the cold feed. That's 2 inch dropping down there. Unfortunately, that gallows gun didn't sort it, but yeah, with patches going around bleeding them in now, we'll just get these bled. Interesting old system. Yep, full. So we've just got this system backfilling from an outside tap. All we've done is put a hose on the drain off, and what this will do, it's effectively a fill loop. So it's pushing water up. We've been up in the roof and made sure the overflow is connected, because when it reaches that level it will start to fill up the tank. So we're just going nice and slowly, going around, bleed all the radiators, and then we're going to price, or we'll have a look at an option whether to replace that cold feed. It does run a hell of a long way through this building. There's lots of sections where it's horizontal, so it may be better to seal this system off. I don't know. We'll get it filled back up, and then I'll have a word with the client as about what they want to do with it. But yeah, all we can do is what we can do on jobs like this. And this way does get you out of the muck. I've done this a couple of times in the past on big systems where I've not been able to unblock the feeds. So yeah, that'll just fill up. Right, so that didn't work. You can only ever try your best or do your best. I didn't think that would work. I've seen people use them on domestic situations for unblocking cold feeds, but that one just ran so far through the building. I would say it's solid in the horizontal sections, and there was quite a bit of horizontal pipe work. It's not the best configuration I've ever seen in my life. There's a few options now for the client. I'm just going to go away and price it. We've either replaced that cold feed section all the way through the building, probably with copper. We get mains water into the boiler room, put a microfill expansion vessel and safety valves on, or we might be able to, I need to have a think about this, because there was a radiator on the top floor underneath the attic. We might be able to just drop a cold feed. With it being a one pipe system, it probably would be okay just to drop a cold feed into the radiator and fill it that way, but I need to have a think about it. The next part of the video, this was a job I did a little while back. It was strip out there was a new vinyl floor. It was putting an impey level deck in. The reason I'm showing you this now is because I didn't get much footage of me fitting the impey level deck, but I'm doing one tomorrow, so I'm going to try and film that so you kind of get an idea. But I was working under so much pressure on this. I thought I knew I'd only got sort of the morning to do it, but then they wouldn't let me in to start until about 9:30, and the floor layers were literally kicking me out the door. So you'll see me get everything stripped out, all the tiles and everything. I got all the impey level deck screwed in, but I didn't really get much footage of me fitting the impey. But I still think there's enough content in there for you sort of enjoy. So yeah, hopefully you find it interesting, and yeah, we'll have a catch up at the end. Right, this morning's job, I've got to rip out the shower tray. We've got an impey level deck, so a tray level with the finished floor, so it's completely flush, so the vinyl goes over the top. So shower tray out, all the tiles off. We've got to reuse that shower valve and riser. All this is being mermaid board in. If I can get away with just taking the pedestal out and leaving the basin on, because it's having all new flooring, we'll have to take the toilet out so obviously they can go underneath. And yeah, just get everything stripped out. The joinery is coming to give me a hand in a bit, so I don't know what footage I'll be able to get. But yeah, I'll start stripping everything out. We'll have to have the water off to site in a bit when we take that shower off, and we just have to cap the pipes. But yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. The worst bit will just be the waste pipe. If we can get a fall on the waste pipe, we'll be sound. If not, we're going to have to lift some flooring up and try and get the waste into that or something. I don't know yet. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Sometimes you're lucky and you just take the pedestal out without disconnecting the pipe work. It just depends how tight it is. Obviously they've got the new flooring to go underneath. It's already been cut round. Oh, I don't think I'm going to get that out. It's already been cut round and the floor's gone really wet. It's just all peeled up. So what I'll have to do is try and get that basin off without breaking it. The trouble is it's been stuck back. We'll get the water off. So I'm using the jaw dropper. That fits taps and 15mm Conex nuts. That one does bath taps and water nuts. Let's see if we can get this on board. I'm going to leave the toilet for a minute just so I've got one to use, and I'm going to concentrate on getting all these towels off the shower. See how well they come off. You see it's been patched up in that corner once before. I don't know what's happened there. But sometimes these will come off really easily, or sometimes it will pull the plasterboard off. As you can see, these tiles are just going to drop straight off in one. They're not even stuck back, which makes my life easy. If anybody wants to buy any towels off me, these will be perfectly alright for the next job. Pretty much for a user. These showers are just like a bar shower, so they pull forward so you can get to your connections. All I'm going to do is cap them off for the time being while we get the walls mermaid boarded. And if I can do the one on the right, one-handed, but they just slide forward. I think there is a left and a right. don't know if they're labelled, but we'll figure it out when we put it back anyway. And then there's just a back plate that screws on the wall. You always silicone everything in the shower. You can see how much it's going to get through that one screw hole. It's wet through. Right, that's got them capped off temporarily. It gives me full control then. So just get the rest of these tiles off, and then we'll get the tray ripped out and have a look at the waste. Just disconnected the waste out from that tray, just smashed it out basically. It is a resin tray, but it doesn't feel like it's fixed down that well. I was actually lifting the end up. They never even siliconed behind. You can see how loose that tray is. So I'm just going to try and get this out, and then we can have a look at the waste pipe. That has to be the best worst fitted tray I've ever seen. They weren't even siliconed in it, literally just lifted up. There's no screws on it or nothing. It made my life easy to strip it out. Right, now we can actually see what we're doing. Obviously I've took all the tiles off. I need to lift this bit of flooring up here. That's push fit waste pipe, so I'm going to have to convert that back to solvent somewhere, because the new impey trays, they come with like a solvent adapter. I'll show you that in a bit anyway. Here we've got these above the floor. They're going to have to go into that wall and across. All that chipboard needs to come out here anyway, because the impey is the same thickness as the chipboard, so it actually sits on top of the joist. We need to frame it all out, or the joiner will, and then we can sit the tray in. But I need to get the waste. To be honest, the impey you can spin where you want, so as long as the waste pipe's down there somewhere, we'll be fine. I'll get this chipboard out, get that chipboard out, get that wall up, and yeah, basically sort it out. But if the waste isn't low enough, I'm going to be in trouble. But we'll have to have a look. I'll soon know when I get that piece of flooring out there. Oh, I hate push fit waste pipe. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's easy. Oh, that's come apart underneath the floor. Blimey, what the hell is that going in? Oh no. I don't know if that's just dropped out a long way. That piece of pipe goes down a long way. I mean, it's not even into anything. Right, let's get the floor and have a look. I don't know if that's sagged or what the hell is going on. Tell you one thing, we're not going to have any problems with depth of the waste pipe. Look how deep that is. We've got about 3 foot. So the push fit waste pipe's down there. I'll probably convert it to solvent, or I could, yeah, I'll have a look at it. We've got meandering pipes through there. But yeah, I need to get the rest of this chipboard cut out here. I'll probably have to just multi-tool around the outside and get these underneath that floor. What I need to do is cut this chipboard up all the way around. I'll cut it to that plywood line. So that looks out actually. The tray's 800. Yeah, I'll cut it to 800 just in front of that plywood line, and I'll just cut it tight in the corners all the way around and get rid of all this chipboard. All I'll be using is one of them cheap eBay multi-tool blades. I think you get about 50 in a pack for 15 quid or something. And I'll run the circular saw down the front, so we'll get that done quickly. Might be a bit painful going around the edge, but the only way we can do it. Hopefully, I don't think there'll be anything, pipes or cables or anything down there. So we'll get that done. So I'm literally just cutting it off all the way around the edge, and what I'll have to do is frame this out with 3x2 or 4x2 to support the edge of the impey floor. But the impey floor is 21 mil thick, 22 mil thick, so it sits in on top of them joists, so you don't need any of this chipboard. So it's a bit of a laborious job with the multi-tool, but yeah, I'll have to get it done. I'll get this wall opened up at the bottom, give ourselves a bit of space to work. I think it's a metal stud. I can always apply back over the top of this or plasterboard it or however I want, but to do is see if I've got a couple of sockets in the van, drill down here, drill through that metal stud, take them under the floor. That one might just loop in, so I might not have to join the pipe. I might just get away with swinging that across and putting that socket on. That one I'll have to see if I've got a bit of pipe in the van. It'll probably flatten back. Yeah, a couple of sockets I need. I'll have a look what I've got in the van. Alright, we'll get this sorted. Got the water off. I hate speed fit so much. I'm putting it back in speed fit life, but I hate it. You don't have to like something to use it, do you? I hate metal studding. I hate everything actually. Love you guys though. Appreciate everybody watching. I hate plumbing some days. Straight through the ceiling, no doubt. But that's in. You put a little mark on your fittings so you know they've gone all the way in. You go about that far and speed fit. In fact, that one we was just going to loop back across, weren't we? Pull the insert out. New insert. I think it'll do it, I think. Will it reach? We'll put a... Yeah, I think it will be fine actually. That's gone in. Just saves on the joints. There's no pressure on that pipe, it's fine. And then the hot will just it's where the hot's still live. It won't be the first time. Oh god. Hands aren't working. So you just got to watch the plastic pipe on the metal studding as well. I'll try and get some sleeving over that in a minute. But I just need to get the water back on. Always under pressure, mate. Time I worked here, I pulled one of the fittings apart under the floor and I didn't realise. Oh, blimey. Oh, you know what, I'm holding my socket. I've got one socket. Calm yourself. That's it, that's on. Not the best bit of plumbing you'll ever see me do, but can't imagine what was there. Wonky plumbing, innit? That's it. I'll go and get the water back on. So that pipe's under no strain. It's just, you know, it's just speed fit, innit? But what I'll do, to be fair, I did try and chamfer the edge of the cuts down so they're not sharp. But I don't want that plastic pipe touching that metal stud. So I'll either wrap some tape around it or get some insulation on it or something. Yeah, that should be alright. They're all joined back in. Hot on the left still, cold on the right. Up to my box. Well, we ain't got no water flying out anywhere. which is good. Just done a marathon. Right, that's all set up. Got it all multi-tooled off, so we're going to nog all this out now down the edges, or the joineries, and then I can get my tray set in. Obviously the waste is going to have plenty of depth on it, so I might even be able to do that after, because there's a big circle on the tray, so you can actually get your hand in and get things connected up. Right, I've just dropped the level deck in just to have a look at the waste. Obviously this you can spin where you want. Ideally we want it central front to back, if that makes sense, but I've got to convert from push fit to solvent. Obviously that goes through there. I've not screwed it down yet or anything. That goes through there, that goes through there, and then you just make that up. But what I'll probably do, make sure the joists are level underneath. We've got plenty of fall. These are pretty good, to be fair. So yeah, I'll get it screwed down around the edges, and then just make the waste up. And obviously the vinyl floor traps in into that disc into there. So yeah, dead easy really. Just having to use a mechanical down there. It's not ideal. It's not what I normally do, but I can't even put push fit into the trap because it's a glued one. So at some point, I know you can get them, McAlpine is it, that do a solvent to push fit reducer, converter, sorry, but I haven't got one. I think it'll have to be okay. It's no different to having like a mechanical on the trap anyway, really. But yeah, we'll just get that made in. We can test it all anyway before the thing goes down. I'll just set that up to sort of that height. And yeah, you've got a rubber seal and then it just clamps through, so dead easy. But yeah, get it sorted. Right, so that's got that job all sorted. What you couldn't see in the video, there was the floor layers who were literally chucking me out the door because they wanted to get their vinyl down. We'd only got 2 days to do the job, so I went back the next day and then put everything back, but I didn't get any footage of that. So that's that job done. That was one I did ages ago. I probably did that 3 months ago now. But yeah, just I wanted to get all the footage of the filming the level deck, how it all screws together and everything, but I just couldn't because I just literally ran out of time. But I am doing one tomorrow which I'm going to try and film if I can. So yeah, if you want to see that, make sure you hit the like button. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike button, and yeah, we'll catch you all next week.